tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. With Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. You'll be joined by Allie LaForce on the sidelines. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You take a look at the Trailblazers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top five.
And I think for the Mavericks, they're trending in the wrong direction. The NBA competition can be unforgiving. Not much room for mistakes.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. We've got Franklin. Hart is out there with John Morant. And it's Sharman in at the point. And for Dallas, Daniel Gafford is out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Jones. Then it's Flagg. And it's Davidson in at the 2 spot. It'll be the Mavericks off the tip. And DB, at this early part of the season, what's most important for the head coaches?
What's fascinating to me, Kevin, when you listen to coaches talk is whether you're a championship coach or a first-year coach, one of the biggest things you have to do is figure out your rotations.
It's stolen by Jones. And now here comes Jones.
Strong finish.
How do guys even come up with a move like that?
I don't know, right? That's not even normal. That's on a different level.
That has got to be deflating for the defense. He's just showing them up right now, guys.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And it's Jones finishing it off.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. Poke loose. Fast break Dallas. Jones for 3. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots after a good start. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And so the timeout by Rick Adelman here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jaren Jackson comes in for John Morant. And Jalen Wells subbed in for Lamb. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Inside, Franklin passes to Hart. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sharman. Here's Franklin. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's Dallas. They lead by 11. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Zach Edey out there with Santi Aldama. Then it's Jalen Wells. Then there's Scottie Pippen. And it's Lamb at the 2. What about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Lamb passes to Aldama. Now Edey. Memphis moving that ball around. 3, Pippen. With a pause in the action, let's show you the teams that were best from the line last season. Second, the Mavericks.
Yeah, they were incredibly accurate on free throws last season. They are an organization that doesn't neglect an important part of the game.
Some changes for Memphis. Jaren Jackson. He's checked in for Santi Aldama. Franklin comes in for Wells. And it's Morant in for Scottie Pippen. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Stolen by Jones. Down low. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Jalen Williams and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Tuesday, they head out on the road to face the Golden State Warriors.
And that game against Houston, it's one that I'm curious about. It'll be the 6th contest on the season for them, and a game that should have a lot of great matchups.
And now Jones running the floor all by himself. And Jones with the stuff.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Just 5 on the clock. Franklin pass to Morant. Mavericks with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And here's Jones. Got it up. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Yeah, that's exactly how to end the half on a high note. Tacking 3 points onto this lead at the horn. The mood in each of those locker rooms will be very different.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Mavericks lead by 18. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
Well, I think for Memphis, great start to the year. They came in prepared both mentally and with the game plan.
Yeah, winning the first 2 games of the season would give them a huge confidence boost. Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Mavericks.
Yeah, they are letting it fly. We need an air traffic controller out there.
I'll grab the cones and vests out of the supply closet. Shaq, the extra batteries are at security if we need them. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what we've seen from Jones.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
We've got Derek Lively. Flag is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then it's Jones. And it's Davidson in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Jones for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Here's Sharman. No scoring in this one. You know, with Daniel Gafford, they have an element inside that a lot of teams are looking for.
Well, let's begin with his motor. Daniel Gafford wants to play hard and compete on every possession. He's a lob threat and a rim protector. Give me all of that.
1:22 left to play in the third. Jones finds Gafford. And it's Jones finishing it off.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And another look at that last play with the AT&T Connected Cam. Sharman, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Sharman's got 4 this quarter.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there. And another bucket. This guy just keeping his foot on the gas pedal.
And so the timeout by Rick Adelman here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Now, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. And here are the Grizzlies with it. Six to shoot. A 3, and Jones sends it back. 6-second difference between the two.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Pass to Lamb. They double him with flag. Morant outside. The 3, Jones knocks it loose. And so it's Dallas, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be right back after this. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow. Look out.
And that's a rugged play.
That's straight toughness.
Are you kidding me? The reverse windmill? He's got some serious nerve going to that finish.
Oh, he just couldn't help himself, could he, Greg? Huh? Had the space, has the hops, why not? You know, Doris, it's an ongoing debate, but some believe that the game is better today than ever before. I think it is. What about you?
Well, Kevin, despite what you might hear from players from prior generations, I 100% agree with you. Each and every year, we seem to be setting a record for the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. The players have never been more skilled. We lean heavily into analytics. It's in a perfect place.
Launches from deep. Here's flag. Dallas calls timeout. They're up by 26.
So it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Mavericks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it will go down as their first official win of the new year. Memphis with the ball. 1:15 left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Franklin. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. A shot, and Jones sends it back. From downtown, another 3 for Dallas.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And Gafford comes to help. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
39 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Sharman, defended by Jones. Out to Lamb. Clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Sharman. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Jones looking for an opening. Over Morant. It's good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. And now we